So here is AMC Entertainment. This finishes at $25.68 today. That is down 12.77%. Please like the video, please subscribe, and catch me every weekday after market close on the Smarter Gambling Show. So here is MULN Mullen Automotive. This finishes at $3.03 today. That is up 28.94%. So this stock went mooning today, and there is a reason for that. We did have some news here, so let's check it out. So the CEO, David Mitchery, did an interview with Benzinga, and he says that, quote, a fairly large company will be buying the company's van vehicles in the close future. So apparently, they have a deal with a Fortune 500 company to buy their cars already, their vans. So this is just a rumor at this point, just speculation. Nothing is confirmed. So, pretty big news, great PR. Apes liked it, jumped in, and still buying the stock up. And the stock finishes up 29% today. Very nice. But yeah, that news today probably was the biggest factor as to why the stock went up so much. So yeah, this price action on the stock is crazy. Been squeezing for the past month. Finally looked like it was cooling off. And then, nope. Goes mooning again. So crazy stock here. So let's go ahead and analyze here. This looks like a cup and handle. A few cup and handles, actually. So the biggest cup and handle would be long term, where the bottom of the cup is 50. And there can be multiple possible tops. It can be 380, which would be a bearish indicator, because that would mean the cup already topped out and should be pulling back to form the handle. But it can also be above 380, and anything above 380 would be a bullish indicator. It can also be 570, 740, 815, $9, 980, 1085, 1165, or even 1590. So the cup and handle can be bullish or bearish depending on where the top is. But there can be a smaller cup and handle within that cup there. Top of the cup being 380, as I said before. And again, the bottom being 52 cents. And that one looks like it already developed a handle and is breaking out to the upside again. So actually, in the long and short terms, both of the cup and handles appear to be bullish. Smaller cup and handle already topped out, pulled back to form the handle, and is breaking out again to the upside. The longer term cup and handle, the cup did not complete yet. And then we do have a double gap down. First gap down back at 1190. So that is a bullish indicator. That is telling us that the stock should eventually come back up to 1190 to fill this gap. May take a while, but eventually it should. And then we have another gap down at 465. It's another bullish indicator. That is telling us that the stock should eventually come back up to 465 to fill this gap. Again, may take a while, but it should. And in the aftermarket here, this is running up to 325. So another bullish indicator. That is suggesting that tomorrow the stock will run to the upside as well. And we can see here, we did have a bull flag. I drew it out for you guys. Here's the flag pole. Here's the flag. And now it's breaking out from the bull flag. So breakout of the bull flag, currently a bullish indicator. And then we do have a triple gap up. So first gap up at 60 cents. That's a bearish indicator. That is telling us that the stock may come back down to 60 cents to fill this gap. Looks pretty unlikely at this point, but possible. So be aware of that, guys. Second gap up is at 150. Again, bearish indicator. That is telling us that the stock may pull back down to 150 to fill this gap. And then third gap up at 180. Again, bearish indicator. That is telling us that the stock may pull back down to 180 to fill this gap. So I don't think 160 is very realistic, but I do think 150 and 180, those gaps are realistic. Those may fill. And if you guys want to follow along, the link to the chart is in the description down below. So right now this is trading between the sideways channel, the rectangle of 320 and 290. So if this goes to the upside, next levels of resistance would be 320, 340, 360, 380, $4, 410, 425, 440, 460, 495, 525, 550, 570, and then 585. There is resistance above 585, but we're not going to discuss that right now. And if this goes to the downside, next levels of support would be 290, 270, 255, 225, 190, 170, 135, 115, $1, 75 cents, 60 cents, and then the low of 52 cents. So right now at this current price, 303, the channels to the downside are pretty wide. So if this runs to the downside, expect a significant increase in price action. And to the upside, the channels are pretty decently sized up until 440. So if/when this breaks 440 to the upside, expect a significant increase in price action. But from 320 to 440, expect a normal amount of price action. RSI is currently at 61, so not quite overbought and overvalued, but above average. So according to the RSI, this current price of 303 should be a little bit lower. And this did 331 million in volume today. Very significant volume. So this pump slash squeeze today was confirmed by the volume. All right, guys, just my opinion, not financial advice. So long term, looks like a good buy and hold, a good diamond hands. Got some strong bullish indicators in the cup and handle and the double gap down. In the very short term, it appears like this is going to keep running to the upside. But I do think this will have to pull back at some point eventually. But then again, every time it pulls back, it goes on another run. Crazy stock, crazy price action on this stock. So yeah, long term looks bullish. In the very short term, looks bullish. But in the relative short term, I do think this is due for a pullback. So therefore, if you want to go long, not financial advice, I would not do that, and I would not recommend that. Not saying it's a bad play, but personally, I don't really like the entry of 303. It's not overbought and overvalued, but a little bit on the high side there. I think going long here at 303 would be FOMO. I think you already missed your chance. That being said, this should keep going to the upside in the next few days here. So I'm not sure how high this is going to go, but this does still have more upside potential. So I don't think going long here is the greatest idea. But you can't quick scalp this for a quick gain. So if you want to go long, please do that at your own risk. Going long here would be a high risk, high reward play. Definitely a lot of upside potential, but very risky at the same time. Again, volatility, price action, very crazy on this stock. So I personally wouldn't go for it, but I can support going long here. If you want to quick scalp it, just please do that at your own risk. But if you're in this for the long term, I would hold off right now, see if you can get this back at a better price. So again, there's the triple gap up. I do think 180 and 150 are pretty realistic. So if you want to long-term hold this, I would set your buy orders to 180. I think that'd be a really excellent entry. Good chance it comes back down there. And if it pulls back below 180, then you can just average down at the supports that I mentioned before. Now, if you want to go short, not financial advice, looks like a pretty decent opportunity coming up. Maybe not yet, but very shortly here. Again, looks like this will run to the upside tomorrow and possibly a few days after that. So I do think you can get a better entry than 303 on the short side. And I do think there is a lot of downside potential here. I would hold off for right now. Give this a day or a couple of days. See how high this goes. I do think this will pull back down to at least 180 to fill the gap. So even from this current price, $3 down to 180, where the gap is, that's already a 40% downside. Even at the current price, it's already a pretty good entry. Already a lot of downside potential. But you should be able to get an even better price if this does in fact run to the upside. So this should be at least a 40% gain here on the downside. And I would say at this current price, $3 going short would be a medium risk, high reward play. Yeah, going short here appears to be a pretty good opportunity. Just not yet, but very soon here. So I would support going short in the next few days once this starts to top out and reverse. So a lot going on here, guys. Long term, looks pretty bullish. Good stock to diamond hands to buy and hold. In the very short term, this looks bullish. Looks like there's still more upside potential to go. Not done running just yet. Still a lot of momentum. But after this next pump is over, I do expect it to pull back to around 180. So if you want to quick scalp this, pretty dangerous, but there is pretty good money to be made here. So please do that at your own risk. If you want to long-term hold this, I would hold off, wait for a better price. And if you want to short this, it looks like a good opportunity coming up here, just not yet, because this does appear like it's going to keep running. So don't short just yet, but get ready to very soon. So congratulations to everyone who made money in the stock today, and good luck to everyone currently in the stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is MULN Mullen Automotive. So here is AMC Entertainment. This finishes at $25.68 today. That is down 12.77%. So we talked about AMC yesterday. A lot of people weren't happy with what I said. I did say it definitely was squeezing, and at some point it would have to come to an end, probably pretty soon. The apes didn't really like that too much, but hey, I just keep it 100 here. So I said it's probably going to pull back around the 24 range, and today we do have a massive pullback, down almost 13%. So once again, this was number 1 on StockTwits, so we're going to analyze it again today. So really no company-specific news to justify this price action. This is just speculation on my part, but it seems like, in fact, the squeeze is losing momentum, coming to an end. A lot of people taking profits, a lot of shorts coming in here, and just the overall market selling off today. All right, so let's go ahead and analyze here. And really, there's not too much to go off of. Here is a cup and handle in the making. Bottom of the cup being $13. And there can be multiple possible tops. The top can be 35. If it is in fact 35, that would be a bearish indicator, because that would mean the cup already topped out and is due for a pullback to form the handle. But it can also be above 35. And if it is above 35, it would be a bullish indicator. So it can also be 43, 46, 52, 65, or even the high of 72. So the cup and handle can be bullish or bearish depending on where the top is. Although personally, I do think the most realistic top would be 35, which it already hit. So longer term, the cup and handle would be a bullish indicator. But in the shorter term, it does appear like it's currently a bearish indicator. And then we do have a bull flag in the making here. Here's our flag pull, and it looks like we are starting to get confirmation on the flag right now. It's not fully developed, but it is developing. I do expect this to pull back a little bit more, and then the confirmation on the flag would form, and that would be a bullish indicator that is telling us that this stock may want to break out to the upside. And in the aftermarket here, this is selling off down to 25.25 now. So that is a bearish indicator for tomorrow. That is suggesting that tomorrow the stock will continue to sell off. And if you guys want to follow along, the link to the chart is in the description down below. So right now, this is trading between the sideways channel, the rectangle of 26.75 and 25.35. So if this goes to the upside, next levels of resistance would be 26.75, 27.85, 28.95, 29.85, 30.90, 31.95, 32.75, 33.65, 34.80, 36.05, 36.75, 37.60, 38.35, 39, 40.20, 40.80, 41.95, 43.25, 44.60, and then 46.15. There is resistance above 46.15, but we're not going to discuss that right now. And if this goes to the downside, next levels of support would be 25.35, 24.35, 23.60, 22.45, 21.15, 20.35, 19.55, 18.55, 17.80, 17.30, 16.50, 15.35, 14.10, and then 12.95. There is support below 12.95, but we're not going to discuss that right now. So right now at this current price, 25.68, the channels to the upside and the downside are pretty decently sized, so expect a regular amount of price action either way this goes. However, if/when this breaks $39 to the upside, the channel starts to open up and get pretty wide, so expect a significant increase in price action if/when this breaks $39. RSI is currently at 66, so no longer in overbought and overvalued territory, but RSI is still pretty high, so be careful, guys. And this did 95 million in volume today, which is a little bit above average, so the sell-off today was confirmed by the volume. And this is a major pullback in volume from the previous 2 days, so it does appear like the squeeze should be coming to an end pretty soon, if it's already not over. Okay, guys, just my opinion, not financial advice, and this is more or less the same from yesterday. Yeah, this went on an incredible run the past 2 weeks. I said yesterday, the squeeze should be coming to an end pretty soon here, and it looks like that is the case. So long term, it definitely still is a good buy and hold, a good dime in hands. Nice big cup and handle here for the long term. But in the short term, we are getting some pretty strong bearish indicators. I think the squeeze is coming to an end, and there should be a little bit more downside to go here. Should keep pulling back. And it's some healthy pullback. So therefore, if you want to go long, not financial advice, I would not do that, and I would not recommend that. I think you should be able to get a better price than the current one of 25.68. I think going long here at this current price would still be FOMO, and you're probably going to get burned. So I think the better idea would be to hold off for right now. So I'm not really sure how low this is going to go. I can make an educated guess. Based on this cup and handle, on the higher end, if the top is 35, this should pull back down to around 24, because 24 is halfway between 35 and 13, the low. And on the lower end, if the top of the cup is around 30, this should pull back to around 22-ish, because that is halfway between 30 and 13. So just an educated guess, I do think this is going to pull back to around the $24 to $22 range. I don't like the entry of 25.70. I think you should hold off, be a little bit more patient, just observe the price action, see how low this goes. And once this starts to bottom out and catch support, then I would jump in and make your move. And I do predict that it's going to be around the $24 to $22 range. Now, if you want to go short, not financial advice, it's a decent play, really not the best. Again, I do think this will pull back in the short term around the $24 to $22 range. And really, from this current price of $25.70, that's not too much more downside potential. That'd be around a 10 to 20% downside. And there is still a decent amount of risk involved. This is AMC, the meme stock. I think the squeeze is cooling off, but you never know. We do have a bull flag developing. You should never underestimate the apes. So this theoretically can go flying at any moment. So I would say going short here would be a medium risk, low to medium reward play. Not really worth it in my opinion. You should be able to make some decent money, but to me the risk is not really worth the reward. So yes, I do think there is going to be more pullback, but I think you're a little late here going short. I wouldn't even bother. Not saying you shouldn't, but it's not the greatest play at the moment. So I personally wouldn't do it, but if you want to go short, I can support that at 25.70 and higher, and I would say cover around 24 to 22. So yeah, pretty straightforward, guys. Longer term, looks like a good stock to buy and hold. Good upside potential. But in the short term, this has been squeezing, currently pulling back. I think there's still more downside to go. And eventually, this should consolidate and break out again to the upside. So long-term bullish, short-term bearish. If you want to go long, I would hold off for right now. Wait for a better price. And if you want to go short, not the greatest play, but decent money. So please do that at your own risk. So sorry to everyone who lost money in the stock today, and good luck to everyone currently in the stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is AMC Entertainment. Thanks everyone for watching today. I appreciate you guys. Please like the video, please subscribe, and catch me every weekday after market close on the Smarter Gambling Show. You apes already know, diamond hands to the moon. I'm Ty. This is Smarter Gambling. See you guys tomorrow. Peace out.